Greetings, everybody. Today's words to live by are: I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Those words are courtesy of the great Michael Jordan. And for folks who know me, you knew that I wasn't going to get very far in this YouTube series without having a sports related passage to read. And I'm going to have several others as well. I think with Michael Jordan, he played and was in his prime really when I was sort of going through my youth, my teens and early 20s, and I was competing in my own sport while he was dominating the NBA and breaking the hearts of thousands of people and opponents like myself, actually, because I never rooted for MJ. But I always had just such profound respect for his greatness. If you ever saw him play in person, especially, you would see just what an absolute assassin on the court he was. Just a killer instinct, and just everything from a competitive standpoint that I just really appreciated about sports and about him in particular. So for me, he said that quote and that passage after I was done with my most competitive days. So those were behind me. But as I turned my attention into business, I reminded myself of what he said. And I think the failing part is so key here, because in order to have any success in whatever you want to do, you have to fail, and you have to fail repeatedly. I was in a conversation with a couple of young kids recently, and they asked me, about some of the things in sports where you get to be sort of like a number one, or you win the big race, or you do something that sort of catapults you above the rest. And I think they were under the understanding that these people always win. The people that make it to the top, they just always win. They never have any setbacks or failures. And I reminded them that it's oftentimes the complete opposite, that in order to climb your own personal mountains in whatever it is that you want to do, you've got to go through some trial and error, and you have to lose. You have to understand and take the lessons from your losses and your failures throughout the way. I like to tell people about my own career, even though it was not in any way, shape, or form could be confused with Michael Jordan's. But even in my own sort of humble career in tennis, I won a lot of tennis matches, and I lost a good number as well, because you just can't do it. And even the very best in my sport, they've lost their fair share. They've lost their handfuls of matches along the way. And it's just, I've never met anybody that has a 100% winning success rate in anything throughout the years. Maybe for a day, maybe for a week, but there is not a 100% success rate in anything I've found. So it's how you react and how you respond to the setbacks and the challenges. And I think Michael Jordan summarized that absolutely perfectly, and it carries quite a bit of weight, especially coming from somebody of his stature and with his accolades. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you all again very soon.